Palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Wait, this is his house?
Or his office.
This whole place? It's bigger than the freaking other place.
What the freak does Lyeth mean? Was that a name?
I have no idea. Probably a name.
Oh, okay.
Still don't know what it means, though. What the flip? Oh. This place is huge.
This is quite large.
Oh.
What do we have going on here? Oh. A secretary. How evil. Okay, so that's his office.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
Weren't you the one outside the place?
Wait, hold up. This voice actor, too.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Lyney.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Lyney's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Okay.
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
I mean, look at her. She's got stars in her eyes.
How can you not trust anyone with stars in your eyes?
I know we're both thinking of Oshinoko. Like that, yep.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Aw.
Thanks so much.
How strong are you?
The fluffy things?
Yeah.
Probably very strong. What? Don't laugh, Dale. Do not laugh. Serious face. Come on, business face. Hello there. Dale, don't pause. It makes it funnier to me. Yep, business.
So serious. Much serious business. I am very intimidated. Okay, how about stop?
You know, I would be intimidated if I walked into
Hold on.
this room. I'd be like, what the flip? She's just staring at me.
Please come in.
The truth, lost with the rain.
Why are you so nice? Are you secretly evil?
I don't know.
Because you're just really nice and polite.
It's
really throwing me off.
Monsieur Nervalet, we only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
Wait, it wasn't a lie. We were talking.
all right.
What?
Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
Stop being so nice. It's throwing me off. Like, from all the teasers of Fontaine, I thought you were going to be evil somehow.
Evil.
No, you're just really nice.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
You're so understanding. What is... Why?
I don't know.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
I know. It's kind of bothering me. I mean, he's cool. But man, he's just so nice.
Yeah, before he started talking, though, he does have an intimidating presence. What was with that clock?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
What?
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
I guess that's that. So we're back to square one.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Ahem. Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
In Neuvillette's defense, girl, sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to just know this is what I should say here. I don't have connections, but I should say that.
Because if I don't know someone, it's hard to feel.
Like, I still feel sad when crap happens to people, but it isn't as if it's like, you know, if someone says, oh, like, I'm going to say a really serious example here, like my parent died. Like, I can feel for them. And especially if I have a relationship with them, my heart's going to break for them. But it isn't the same pain I would feel if someone told me, like, my mom or dad died. It's very different.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort.
Oh no.
You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear.
I can't be mad at this girl because I think she's heartbroken, but I don't think Neuvillette was okay with it.
If you
I hope not.
truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel?
Oh.
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all?
Oh.
Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
Dang.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone.
So I wonder what's going on. Do you think Neuvillette knows more than he's letting on?
Probably, but I'm not sure if he's able to say.
It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything.
Okay. Don't go too hard, girl.
Some people just struggle expressing stuff.
Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice.
Okay, you should stop. Seriously, you're gonna probably regret this. Unless he's evil, then hey.
My
then you don't worry.
apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Oh.
I had no horse in that race.
Yeah, I like both of them.
So I'm just gonna stand in the corner and act like a fly. With a rat vibing in your walls.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Oh, this poor girl.
Rain. It's raining.
Yes, it is.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building?
Oh
There
no!
shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Neuvillette's crying in there!
That is devastating.
No! Oh, flip! I'm not okay right now. Oh, that actually's kind of bringing tears to my eyes. Oh, Flip. Hold up. 1 second.
That poor guy needs a hug. Someone hug him.
Dang it.
Can one of those squishy little bear bird things give him a hug, please?
Oh, my gosh. Yo, I gotta say, miHoYo's going hard lately. Between all of the incredible characters going in Star Rail right now, and all the incredible characters going on in Genshin right now, yo, I've always loved Genshin's characters, but like lately, especially with Fontaine here, they've been going hard with their characters in writing.
I've been waiting for Fontaine since the moment they showed off all the future regions. I have been waiting so long for Fontaine, and I'm so happy it's even better than I thought it would be.
Like, it's weird. In this, with all the new characters, I don't even really care if I don't like their playstyle. miHoYo's getting me attached to them. I just want to pull for them just because.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
No!
What is it? Did you think of something?
Your father's case, was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
But there was something you didn't know at the time.
Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
In fact, people can be turned into water.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain?
Wait, was his friend found? Or did he just disappear?
I guess so.
Oh, Flip.
Yeah, and if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
You know, I made the cyanide joke earlier about this water being that to Fontaine people, but no, if you were a bad guy agent, you could just be like, nah, man, no evidence, gulp. Sploosh.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself later?
Wow. Does this choice matter?
I have no idea.
I'm fine just going, but
All right.
Great. Let's go then.
intriguing.
Nope. No.
Whoa, what the flip? Oh, okay. Oh, so this is probably like if you didn't have this area. Did you say croissant? Or did you say something else?
Poisson.
Poisson. Oh, I thought you... Okay. Sorry.
How the fuck do you say this place again?
Poisson. I think you're correct. I didn't hear it clearly, though. So I went with the stereotypical thing. Sorry.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters.
Oh, this is your base of operation.
Yeah, she said that.
I thought she just meant it was like in this area. No, the whole place.
My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common.
Oh, so you both just like ships. That's why you have all the...
A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
I think I'm starting to get why you like it.
Yeah.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past.
Ouch.
Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers.
Paimon!
But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Really? All right.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Hi.
Sup, dude?
Sup, bro?
How you doing today?
Cool fish.
Yo.
Where the heck did you get that?
What in the flip?
Nice mouth.
You got any teeth in there?
Sure hope it does.
Whoa. Hold up.
That looks good.
That looks sus.
Where is... Where is this Hydroculus?
There's a Hydroculus. Oh, it's probably it says it's on a different layer, so it's below you. Here we go.
Well, hopefully this won't...
This is a great game.
Well, what's down here, though? Oh, but no, flip.
The temptation was too great. Daniel didn't stand a chance. Oh, jellyfish! That's where we get some of the jellyfish.
Oh.
Don't we need like a bunch of them?
Luckily, I've sent some people out just to get it.
Oh, you can get them. Okay, that's nice. Oh.
It counts as only one per group, though. So sad.
Oh, well, huh. Dude, they nailed the underwater area. This is nice.
I'm just glad there's no drowning.
That would have sucked. Yeah, imagine if that swim stamina bar was like, oh, well, when you run out of that, you die.
Guess you're going to die now.
Oh, imagine if you had to collect the Hydroculuses to get a bunch. That would have been awful.
Genuinely would have sucked.
It would have worked still, but man.
That would have been not as fun.
That would have killed the fun. Yeah, just let the player have fun. This is good. Who are you? Apparently no one. Okay, they're just background characters.
They're a bunch of nobodies, brother. Move on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well.
Little nobodies.
Little nobodies. Oh my. Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Tabby.
Maloose,
A cat.
we're back.
Oh.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea?
I hope this old man isn't a traitor.
You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yeah, he was.
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Lyney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could the mastermind be the same person?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance,
What?
It was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Hold up. Are you telling me that there
There's
was
the drugs.
there was a drug that was called synth? Really now?
Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea.
Uh-huh.
If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions.
That sounds bad.
That sounds really bad.
And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance.
Whoa.
No one has addiction and withdrawals.
Got it.
As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield.
Good man.
Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse.
Good man.
That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
2 shots.
How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lyney's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all.
I don't think I would call Lyney's obvious.
Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
Wait. Are you... So...
What? You guys just like, there's a streaker on the loose. The killer is a streaker. I should have known.
What else you gonna do, honestly?
I don't know. Maybe not ignore the fact that there's a body outline of somebody laying on the ground, covered in water.
The rain would have washed it away, sadly.
It's clothes!
I would have just been like, where the freak? Who's carrying a
Man, someone
pair of-
perfectly stripped all of their clothes off in this exact position next to the dead guy.
I mean, admittedly, if I saw that in real life, I'd be like, well, that's weird, because people can't turn in the water. I'd just be like, what the flip?
This is not real life.
True.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet.
And then stripped all off conveniently on the floor in the shape of a person?
And then had another pair of clothing underneath.
On him?
Yep.
But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Yeah, why 2?
Maybe your father got into an argument with Jaquise, no?
No,
But
not
also-
Jacques.
It's also possible that the third person was to blame.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
Are you a bad guy? I hope
If
not.
that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself.
Good point.
Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark.
Probably for your own safety.
What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end?
You?
Synth
I like that.
is still here. Callous the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly?
Oh.
I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now.
I would not call his death meaningless, though.
I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Maloose.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
Yeah, that would do it for a dad.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
Oh.
And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety.
Oh.
5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details.
Gotcha.
But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
Well, until now.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
Sometimes you actually can't even tell.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
Ha!
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
Yep.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
Aww.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
He gave you the choice to live how you want.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world.
Yeah, that is a good point, girl. Seriously.
But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
Oh, is that all?
Is that all?
When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that
Yeah?
case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
They may be in on it.
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. we have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Maloose.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will.
So you're not bad, but what about the other guy?
I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Thank you for all of that, Maloose. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people.
Oh boy.
The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Oh.
Florent?
Well, possibly.
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
Oh. What is this confrère? I don't know how to say that.
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around with a lot of business connections in the city.
Interesting.
How are you guys struggling with money?
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
I'm assuming they don't share their money.
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
But that's a pretty good cover.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly.
And one of them is the traitor.
To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
So, how the freak are we gonna...
Of course. And thank you, Maloose. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
Unless it still is Maloose and he's just trying to, you know, make us run after a...
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today.
Oh.
If it might help, you could also pay them a visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Aw, thank you so much, Maloose. You really are the best.
Oh boy.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it to me.
I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
Yo.
Okay, so 3 years ago on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, there's a cat crawling up to me. Hello? Hello there?
Enemy.
I'm sorry, I left you out. Here, let me start that over again. Hello there, Cinder. How you doing? Okay. 3 years ago on a rainy night, banquet goers heard 2 gunshots outside the house. When they reached the scene, Callus had a gun in his hands, and Jacques had been shot and slain. Based on the investigations done then, there was no possibility that anyone could have done the deed and escaped, and Callus was thus adjudged to have been the culprit.
Well, alrighty then.
That was so distracting. Cinder was just off to my right during that whole thing.
Okay, our next case file.
Dang, so every mission's gonna be a mystery?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we even have this.
Why would it be him?
Oh, we get to keep this?
Who would have imagined that people could really turn into water? Doesn't seem likely that anyone.
Do you think we're gonna have to
This
come back to this and like link the clues?
Potentially, we'll like have to link all the cases.
Here we go again, trying to crack an impossible case. All proof and no motive. Who would have imagined that people could really turn into water?
I don't even want to think about that, honestly.
This one's a bit shorter.
Oh, it's much shorter. So where do you want us to go, game? First things first.
Where is this Oculus?
Oculus? Oh, well, it's right there. I can see it. Dude, we've said this plenty of times. I know. Those are really pretty Oculuses. They're really pretty.
You have some really pretty oculi. I really love the shade that they bring out.
Has anyone ever told you that your oculi are beautiful? It sounds like a pickup line.
A really bad one.
A really bad one. Oh, here we go.
It is settled then. Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Oh,
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
do we want to do
Excuse
this?
me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
That girl looks mad. Hi.
Well, she thinks that her dad killed her dad.
Or, yeah.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Let's not bother her for now.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
If it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you, and to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Wait. And that is?
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought mora was everything. So when Mr. Callus came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately.
That's actually it's kind of sweet.
He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Does that mean someone ordered Jacques to take out Callus?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to.
Oh?
Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
Dang.
Well, let's clear up the truth so she doesn't have to think her husband's a murderer.
I'm gonna hope that he was a good guy.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing?
Well, I mean, if he did try to kill someone innocent just because he was ordered to. It's not a good thing.
I'm assuming it won't be that exactly, though.
Mm-hmm.
Papa
I hope not.
always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
I think it sounds like he may have just let himself get killed, admittedly.
Probably. But then again, there was someone else.
Yeah.
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
At least he turned himself around.
Yeah, and honestly, what a sort of realistic bad guy to approach the story with, honestly. A guy just trying to provide for his family. He was desperate, found himself into a very bad business, and was like, I honestly wish I could go back and redo this all.
And when he had a chance to redeem himself, he took it.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons.
Not always good reasons.
Hopefully it was good reasons, though. Hopefully.
Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword, he must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Testimony from Jacques' family?
Jacques.
His family believes that he had struggled greatly with the order to kill Callus. Did Callus act in self-defense, or was there more to the incident?
I'm assuming there's more. It's the third party that we need to figure out.
I assume they sent someone else to make sure he actually did it, and when he couldn't do it, then I guess someone killed him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll leave my husband's case to you.
Thank you, Miss Spina, and Miss Spina's friend.
And I can only assume that Callus shot whoever shot his friend, and then he just turned into water.
Probably.
Are you okay,
Yeah.
Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florence should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Things are about to get awkward. Let's go. Ooh. Money. Wow, someone just left that lying around?
Someone left their valuables in their house? Terrible.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
Probably.
Yeah. our news reporter friend is just going nuts.
Probably.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene.
Oh.
When I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene.
So, going off of this, I'm gonna say that it wasn't this guy, probably?
Probably.
But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person.
Well, and this guy said he grabbed his holster, so he had a gun as well.
About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
Very possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him.
Yeah.
The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
I mean, without evidence, that'd be nearly impossible to defend.
About
Yeah.
that, Malouse told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing, the whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented.
Well,
Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't
Aw.
worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
I don't think he did it.
okay,
Maybe.
Florent, the advisor to Spina di Rosula, claimed that he was very grateful to Callus for his kindness. He was also present at the banquet on the day of the case and can provide evidence that Callus did not carry a gun with him when he went out.
Okay, so he's innocent.
My apologies, boss, for that last sentimental bit. It's just, many years have passed while I've held my tongue. It's not often that I get to share my true feelings with others.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting vibes of bad guy from him. He could just be a really good actor, but I don't think so.
And the others are in the city.
So we have one guy who's all about money, it sounds like. And then we've
the
got
guard,
you.
which the guard is looking pretty sus, considering that the other one was a guard.
Yeah.
Again, trying to crack an impossible. If Paimon was Jacques, Paimon would probably help whoever Paimon finds more trustworthy. Someone like the Traveler.
Thank you.
Paimon doesn't feel like he was lying to us.
I don't think so.
That's the
Who would
all.
have imagined that?
That's all the evidence of this case.
Yeah, what's up with the other two guys now? What?
I guess we just have enough evidence
Cool.
to open it back up.
I guess.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
It took me a long time to understand what I was looking at in the background. That is a poodle.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
You sound kind of like a bad guy, but I'm not sure.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson.
They're really wanting this guy to look sus.
Callis did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Lyney's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own.
See, but the thing is, we have to remember.
That they weren't guard issued.
Yeah.
And someone would have to be very rich to get it.
Yeah, the uncle's looking pretty sus.
Why
But
do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
yeah, I think they're making this guy act sus just to throw us off.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Subtle as a bomb. All right.
Okay, then.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them.
Huh.
If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
I mean, you could. It would just be weird.
Man, this is so delicious. Can I pay you like an extra $50 to rub my shoulders while I eat this?
Ironically, if you offer $50, I think some people would take you up on that. Genuinely.
Depends.
If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units.
Got it.
They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both.
Cough.
Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
But now they're making it look like the uncle, so is it him?
He's the only one left.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation.
Oh, you wish that was a joke.
I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so Just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
I love how he's like, that was really funny. Over here, we're just like sweating, like, yeah. A joke. Okay, I'm out of here.
Thierry is the person responsible for the official contact between Spindelero,
Spina di Rosula,
and the guards. According to him, only the sufficiently rich can privately own large numbers of Gardamex.
I mean, I feel like that comes with just common sense.
I'll see what I can do for you in Spina di Rosula when it comes to guard stuff, but don't go advertising it to everyone else.
Okay, I have
a bit disconcerting that someone that rich can have an army that big of mechas.
Yeah, right? Really quickly, we're gonna have to pause. Cinder has something.
Oh, can I at least pet you?
Well, you got one pet.
Got a pet. Should have said pets. Oh well.
She's like, you didn't say. What are you doing? Wait, we just got back. Now she's doing something again. What do you got?
Sniffing the cords.
Cinder. Guys, if the video just ends abruptly, I think you may know why.
She's looking for the tie that you took from her.
I know, I took a toy, she found a thing, and she wants it back, but you cannot have the thing!
But she really wants the thing.
But you could choke on the thing!
She just wants the thingy.
I don't care, you're a cat!
But she wants it.
No!
But she doesn't.
It's for your own good.
She doesn't care.
I am your father and you will listen to me!
Wow. Okay.
Hello.
Don't
How
you
may I
dare.
help you?
Hello.
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Watch it be all three of them.
Aren't we? Oh, never mind. It is updated.
Okay. Oh, because areas.
Ah.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Well. So you're the rich, powerful, and corrupt
Navia,
one.
hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Sympathy.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress.
We just believe that you're responsible for the death of her father.
Hi.
I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the opera house. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Man, that dog is fabulous.
Oh my goodness.
Why are you licking your sleeve?
Maybe it tastes good.
Unless that's your fur, then I am so sorry.
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
What is the cat doing?
Oh, you were at the opera house too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
Thank you.
To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Well, it's not really beating someone, it's more proving someone's innocent. The prosecutor or defendant winning or losing isn't really something that even should be paid attention to.
Yeah.
It should be whether or not someone innocent or guilty
goes to jail or not.
Yeah. If someone innocent is put into jail, that doesn't make the prosecutor good. Whatever.
It's law stuff.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, It seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more.
Well,
see if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Yep.
In the famous words of a spiky-haired someone, hold it. I don't have a dust to slam.
You know that.
Sounds good.
Couch.
Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Nice shop.
Nice shop. I can't wait to take it from you.
Yeah.
Marcel's the leader of the Confrérie.
Confrérie Cabrières. Yes.
And was the organizer of the banquet years prior. And they were always maintained a close working relationship. Through his recollection of the events, the case is quite foggy. He is willing to defend Navia.
I like how we just skipped a big portion of that text because of all the freaking names.
I don't speak French, okay?
You know what would be really funny? If it wasn't French.
Here we go again, trying to If Navia called him uncle, so it couldn't have been him, right?
Well, he already made a massive mistake, so sucks to suck.
Are we gonna take him to trial? Are we gonna have to do the trial thing again?
I guess.
Because they're giving us like all this evidence. Either we're gonna do that, or maybe we'll just be like, you know, pointing it out to people.
But somehow we have to end up in trial because Child shows up on the place.
Yeah, right.
But that means something goes horribly wrong. And so, but nothing seems to go horribly wrong. So I'm just really confused.
I mean, something did go horribly wrong. It's just been 3 years.
Yeah, it's been 3 years, and Child wasn't here 3 years ago.
Yeah, so
and
why
he never went to court.
So why does Child interrupt? Yeah.
So where the flip is Child in all this?
You know what I would love? I would love it if Child's just like going around looking for people to fight, and he's just
hold
like,
it.
It's like I don't care. I don't care about this court case, but I want to fight somebody.
All 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Huh? Yeah, none of them really. Well, one did. One fits all of it. Well, and lied.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years.
Well, I guess he didn't.
Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
Their motive.
Ah, you're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
I think he did refuse.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
If it was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all. What the flip are you talking about? No.
Oh yeah, no. I think he's saying Jacques would never have shot Callus.
Oh, got you.
Oh? And why is that?
But wait, how would it... Oh, Callus would have gotten Jacques' gun, I'm assuming. Got it.
Jacques probably got shot. He picked up his gun real quick and
then the guy either took water or...
Probably got shot and then like had water on him or, I don't know, put it in his tooth or something.
Something like that.
Did he guarantee his safety after killing Callus? Probably family.
Yeah, family.
Oh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Well, because he already betrayed his boss, so the boss had no reason to trust him.
Yeah.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third party was the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory. Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Yeah?
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
I think they're letting
Flip, what was their names?
Thierry was the cop.
Was the guard.
Crap. What?
Oh, now you're not giving me access to my evidence?
Oh, you can't look at the evidence. Okay, who was the uncle? I don't remember. In what order? Crap. I want to say it was.
Just go back in the recording real quick.
Yeah, let me check. Okay, so it was Marcel.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques.
Maybe.
And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex.
Well, and he also messed up.
Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
And now I can look at this. Now I can look at the evidence when I'm not making a decision.
I mean, yeah.
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
I mean, if you're trying to cover it up and you wouldn't want anyone to know, sounds like a great idea to me.
Maybe someone else. What do you mean?
Huh?
Well, then it's gotta be the... What? Wait. Okay, wait. So if the uncle...
Is it gonna turn out to be none of them?
Maybe.
They've done this to us before.
They have done this.
I can't see it being
way.
him, but I can't see it being Florent. Or whatever.
I think it was Florent. I don't think it was Florent, but he said 2 shots and the uncle said 1.
Okay, Thierry, it is.
So the cop, yeah, he was sus.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use.
But very unlikely.
This is one of those instances where they're having us select all the options. They're going to give us dialogue.
I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah, they're doing this thing where they're giving us a bunch of evidence and then we're going to have to solve it.
Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Maybe it was someone else. Laurent.
It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Dang.
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Who could it be?
I think... Evidence time. Choose the most reasonable person.
Guys, there's still another clue that we have yet discovered.
So it's either him, or him. It's him.
It's him.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
You just said he couldn't be!
I thought we just did this.
I'm like, I think it's him. No, there's no way he could do it. He's totally innocent. There's not a chance. But you know what? You say it really convincingly when you say it a second time.
I mean, true to life, Daniel, true to life. Sometimes that does work.
So right, I said it so much more convincingly when I pulled out my book and pointed to him.
It's gotta be him.
So true.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight.
What?
I see a little picture thing.
Ooh, you're right.
Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He's someone very close to you, after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky, but we don't have any other options right now.
They would actually be really stupid if they didn't move it already. It's been 3 years. It doesn't matter that, it's fine.
The guy's
no
dead.
one found us out. Yeah, except the fact that someone found it in the first place.
Yeah, I feel like that's a cause for,
I feel like the good reason to move it at all.
Yeah.
We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
What's up?
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Oh no, what?
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
What? Child?
What? Is that someone you know?
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Oh boy.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Yes it is.
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Fatui had some kind of hand in this, but I don't think it's Child.
Child would not stoop to something this stupid.
Yeah.
Right, because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah, and it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I mean, and Child's more of like an upfront, blunt kind of guy. He's just like, I'm here to kill you, and that's that.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
I think we have enough.
I mean, we're missing one clue.
Let's split up?
Huh?
Sure.
Split up? What do you mean?
What?
You go to
those people.
Yes, and I'll investigate that place.
Right.
I'm confident in my combat's abilities.
I mean, I'm confident in her combat capabilities as well.
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right.
Yeah.
This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Leave it to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lyney's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Malus, Silver, when did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then!
See you laters. Suspect analysis. Combining the information regarding the Gardamex and investigation results so far, it can be concluded that there's only one person who could have had a large number of Gardamex in his possession and run the synth business without leaving traces. This person is none other than Marcel. Gasp. That was the last piece of evidence.
Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus,
What? No, my
we
thing.
should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.